What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rolling with Carlos. I appreciate your support and all the support on as we continue to grow the family, guys. Today, we're going to go ahead and cover a big surprise of a major signing on the first week of official visits and for the summer. The three-star defensive tackle, Perez, visited Florida yesterday, and not only visited Florida, he has pledged his commitment to Florida and has stopped his visits. I'll go ahead and read to you an article from our friend of the channel, Cam Parker, which he wrote yesterday, and tell you exactly in detail what happened. And also, Florida is pursuing another recruit, which I'm going to get into detail. And then I have some information on a recruit that will be visiting Gainesville today for basketball coach Todd Golden. And it's a big-time recruit because he left the NBA draft and has decided to come back to college and enter the transfer portal. But I'll get to that in a little bit. Three-star Perez will be shutting down his recruitment after pledging to the Gators during his official visit. Of course, the article is by our great friend Cam Parker. Leaving his visit with the Florida Gators, Cleveland, Ohio, Glenville three-star defensive lineman Perez on Sunday committed to the program. Perez is Florida's first commitment of the summer and second overall pledge in the class. Perez, 6'4", 330 pounds, rivals number 28 overall defensive lineman in the class, also plans on canceling his scheduled official visits to Vanderbilt May 30th, Wisconsin June 6th, Cincinnati June 13th, and Ohio State on June 20th. For me, it's shut down. I'm committed today, so therefore, it's Gator time. He said after leaving his visit, ain't no more room for no one else, in my opinion. It's time to put in that work. He was originally predicted to choose Florida by On3's Steve Wilfong and Corey Bender earlier in the day. For me, see, I'm from Ohio. I had Ohio State being an Ohio kid. That's usually the dream, he said. For me, I always dreamt myself of playing in the SEC. I'm an SEC type body. I'm an SEC type player. Highlights of Perez's visits included sit-downs with head coach Billy Napier, defensive line coach Gerald Chapman, and quality control specialist Jeremy Patterson. I got to know them more. We got to talk over the phone, but it was nice putting a face on it, he said. Getting to talk to the coaches and really getting to know them, it just made everything in my experience a lot better. Perez said Florida views him as a versatile defensive lineman that can play both nose tackle and the three technique and position with the potential to play early, similar to Mackay, who hosted Perez. Perez was one of the 7 recruits to visit Florida over the weekend alongside 5-star offensive lineman Felix Ojo, 5-star defensive back Chauncey Keenan, 5-star wide receiver Calvin Russell, and 4-star running back Carson Baker. 4-star offensive lineman Ikunu Oboku, and 4-star edge rusher Luke Waffle. The only one in the group to commit this weekend, Perez wants to help build Florida's class going forward. I feel like I could be a pillar in helping this class build up, he said. I'm just ready. I'm here. Florida is also projected to land a slew of other prospects, including our star defensive lineman, Valdon Sony, four-star linebacker Malik Morris, and four-star safety C.J. Hester, interior defensive lineman Gervon Carr, and tight end Hikuna Amua. Guys, I don't know if I murdered his last name, the tight end, but I'll double check the pronunciation. All right, there you go on the article from about Jamar Perez by Cam Parker, and like he stated in the article, there is also a four-star that the Gators are pursuing, and it's four-star running back Carson Baker. Carson Baker will be removing one school from his top 5 to make room for the Florida Gators after taking an official visit to Gainesville. This was also written 3 hours ago by Cam Parker today. A strong official visit was all that Florida needed to get back the running back from Fairburn, Georgia. The four-star running back Carson Baker. Ahead of his summer official visit, Baker had a top 5 of Georgia, Ohio State, Florida State, Clemson, South Carolina. Now he plans on dropping one school, although he didn't reveal which one, and putting the Gators in his top schools. Most definitely, I'm glad I took the visit. And Florida most definitely impressed a lot, said Baker, a top 25 running back in the class of 2026. It's a great place to be at, and they have unlimited things to get what you need and get developed, and be a great person on and off the field. As a result, Baker will shake up the rest of his summer official visit schedule. He was originally set to visit Clemson May 30th. Florida State June 6th, Ohio State June 30th, and Texas A&M June 20th. But we'll be canceling one of the scheduled trips, he said. He plans on making a decision probably by the end of June, early July, before his senior season begins. I feel like Florida is set a very high standard for every other official visit I'm going on. I'm very impressed by them, he said. As far as Florida goes, scheme, use of multiple featured backs, and development by position coach Jabari Jaluk gives the Gators a strong chance to earn a pledge from Baker, which would be the first commitment at the position for the 2026 class. He also described meeting with head coach Billy Napier as a highlight of the visit due to how genuine he is, the culture he built, and their discussions on how Baker can be used in the offense. The scheme that we run at Nexton with the toss and inside zone and everything, Florida has a similar play, he said. I feel like I can eat inside of the offense. I rushed for 1,300 yards in the same scheme, similar to what they run here. With Florida back in the mix for Baker, he will be a target to keep a close eye on going forward, as the Gators seem to have a light board for the running back position. Florida Gators on SI is keeping track of every recruiting move by the Gators, from commitments to prospects of note to the summer official visit schedule on our 2026 recruiting tracker. That was a quick article about Carson Baker, the four-star running back target of Billy Napier and company. Also, guys, Cam also went ahead and wrote another article on five-star offensive lineman target Felix Ojo. Felix Ojo strongly considering the Florida Gators after official visit. Cam went on to say that Felix Ojo NIL is not his biggest concern. Despite making five-star offensive tackle Felix Ojo top 8, Florida Gators were considered by many to be on the outside looking in. After his official visit in Gainesville, Ojo considered Florida very much in the running. They sit very high on my list, and they most definitely have a chance in my recruiting process, he said. After leaving the visit, if anyone thought they didn't, they most definitely do now. The number one offensive tackle recruit in the country, Ojo plays a position with high NIL demand, as seen by five-star Jackson Canwell's commitment to Miami. For Ojo, however, NIL won't be the largest factor when making his decision, which he hopes to have sometime near the end of the summer. NIL definitely is a factor. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. I'll say I'm going to college for relationship building more than NIL, he said, on also citing development and potential NFL earnings are more important than college money. Ojo did note Florida is competitive in that field. Outside of that, Florida's investment in developing offensive linemen stands out to Ojo as well under two position coaches, Rob Sale and Don DeCoster, who has primarily recruited Ojo. The two experienced as position coaches in the NFL plays into Ojo's desire to be properly developed at the collegiate level. It was nice, especially with the NFL experience, Ojo said, just talking ball with them and talking how they run their offense and just seeing how their offense correlates to my skill set. While Florida took a significant step forward in their chances for Ojo, this recruitment is still far from over. The five-star is set to visit Ohio State on May 30th, Michigan on June 6th, Texas on June 13th, and Oklahoma on June 20th. Texas is considered the leaders by multiple outlets, but Ojo is still considering all options in front of him. He explained that what current players on each team will also play a big role in his decision. Spending time with the players is the main part because the players don't lie to you, he said. Really building a connection with them because that's who I'm going to be playing with and building a brotherhood with. As it stands, Florida has no offensive line commits in its 2026 class, which grew to 2 pledges on Sunday after the pledge of 3-star defensive lineman Jamar Perez. Florida Gators on SI is tracking all the Gators recruiting moves on our 2026 recruiting tracker. All right, guys, there are the thoughts of Felix Ojo and Carson Baker Carson, sorry. And I'm going to go ahead and also, at the end of the video, pop up highlights of Carson Baker. So you guys can see the 4-star running back couple highlights. I'll pop it up at the end of the video. The last thing in this video, guys, Boogie Flynn Flan will be visiting Florida and Coach Todd Golden as he tries to make his decision from jumping from the NBA back to the NCAA because he did not get the reviews he wanted from the NBA. So he's jumping back into the NCAA portal and will be visiting Florida. Florida right now is in the lead position to land a transfer player. And I'll keep you up to date what happens with Boogie Flynn if he transfers officially from Arkansas to Florida. But leave me your thoughts down below. What you think of the first recruiting weekend, and what you think about Billy Napier and company landing Jamar Perez as their second pledged player for the 2026 class. Guys, don't panic. Remember, we have till December to pick up recruits, and during the season, if we have a great season like we expect, we should have a big class. Remember, last class finished number 7 nationally, so do not panic with only 2 recruits, being Jamar Perez and the quarterback, being the only 2 recruits for the 2026 class. Let Billy Napier and company cook, and we should be fine. But leave me your thoughts down below about what you think of the first official big recruiting official visits of the summer, and let me know what you think about Jamar Perez, Carson Baker, and what you think about the big boy possibly coming to Florida, even though we have to do some competing with Texas and some other big schools. What you think about Felix Ojo possibly signing with the Gators, even though we have stiff competition for that. I'll keep you posted on our recruiting because I do follow the Gators SI and other outlets. Let me know your thoughts down below. What you think so far of the big fish we caught in over the weekend, Jamar Perez and the Carson Baker thoughts and Felix Ojo's thoughts. And also what you think about the highlights of Carson Baker once you see the video. Like always, stay positive, stay on your grind, and go Gators. Peace.
Enjoy the show. At Rolling with Carlos, we bring the fire. From the diamond to the field, taking it higher. Passion for the game, yeah, you already know. So hit that play button, let's start the show.